Very good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here this morning for our webcast. Today, we're joined by Bankfeed and Justina. Now, we're going to be taking a little look into their software in just a moment. If you do have any questions as we are moving through today's webcast, up in the top of your meeting, you should have a little Q&A button there that you can submit any questions that you have along the way. And anything that you might want to ask, and we can get to those questions at the end. So if we just introduce ourselves to Justina and Bankfeed. So Bankfeed, for any of you that don't know, are our trusted integration partner, and we look at importing and reconciling your payments from your bank accounts directly into EliteParks or EliteMarinas. On that one, we'll have a quick look at the agenda, and then we're going to hand straight off to Justina. So in this webcast, we're going to look at how we can get those automatic bank statements to import, saving hours of manual work. I think the quote from the website was 5 hours to 5 minutes, roughly, depending on what sort of work you're doing out there. We're going to look at how those automatically and accurately recognize payments and reconcile invoices, and then discover how we can do our real-time payment speeds up your daily process, which is what we're all looking for, especially as we're going into peak summer. We don't want to be wasting time doing manual processes when we can get away with doing it in a more strategic and faster way. So, Justina, I am going to hand over to you now to take us through a little demo of the Bankfeed solution. Over to you.
Thank you very much for a very nice intro of our product. So I think let's jump straightly to Business Central, and I will show you how the process with the Bankfeed looks in Business Central. So of course, for the first step, what you need when you will start working with Bankfeed, you need to download extension Marketplace. Okay, extension Marketplace. Here you are able to find all the apps in App Stores. So here you need to write Bankfeed. Yes, and you just press here free trial, and you have a 1 month free trial to try our Bankfeed app. And what is more, also you are able to download Bankfeed app from our website, and you see this icon here, get it from Microsoft App Stores. After that, when you will install Bankfeed app, what you need to do, you just need to connect your bank accounts, which statements you want to get to your Business Central. It's very easy. It takes 3 to 5 minutes, and I will show you quickly how to do it, and you will be able also to try it. So first of all, we need to press on settings, press assisted setup, and find here Bankfeed. Bankfeed setup, Bankfeed connection. And here we have a video of Bankfeed assisted setup, but we don't need it now because I will explain you everything. And we press here next. On this step, we need to select journal template name where we would like to get statements. So here I will select cash receipt journals, and I will press next. So as we see, Bankfeed integration setup is complete. I will press finish here, and we'll continue Bankfeed setup with the connecting bank accounts. So now let's press next, and here we have a step where we need to create our Bankfeed account. So if it is first time when you are trying to connect and create Bankfeed account for a new company, so this means that you don't have a login yet, and you need to turn off here this setup. And here you need to add your email, some password. You even have a suggest a password button here. You will add here first name and last name, and your Bankfeed account would be created. Now in this demo company, I have a login already. So I will add here my email and password, and we will continue connecting bank accounts. Okay, let's press next here. And I have here information from company information. So we just need to check if everything is okay, and all the information is clear and right. And we press next here. So that's how Bankfeed account is created for this company. And now we are already on this step when we need to connect a bank account of some bank. So here I will now connect my real bank account. and I will select Revolut bank account. So we need here to select country code of bank and bank name and Revolut. Okay. Here we have connection parameters where we need to select how often we would like to get statements to Business Central. So there are possibilities: yesterday, last month, period, and today. And of course, if this account which we are connecting is multi-currency, so we need to connect to select here that it's multi-currency account. So now I will select here period, and I will just add to my account some number of days for which period I would like to get the statements. And I will press next. Here in this step, we are redirected to Revolut. And as we see, Bankfeed needs to connect to Revolut account and to get transactions for selected period and balances and details. So we need to agree and continue here. And now I am redirected to my Revolut account. I will select here personal. Okay. I need to confirm. Yes, okay, I got some code here. And this is information about my bank account, which statements I would like to get to Business Central. So I will press here authorize and agree. I will add here some codes and continue. One more code to my phone. And that's it. Okay, let's wait. So we see that we need to wait while this bank account will be linked, and just wait a few seconds. And that's it. So Bankfeed connection is done with bank, and here we see how easily we are able to connect bank accounts, and we just press finish here. Okay, great. So when bank account is connected, I will show you and I will tell you a little bit about our role center because we added some the most useful functions, tables, and pages to account and role center, that it would be easy for you to find all the functions and tables which we are using with the Bankfeed. So here we see in activities, we have Bankfeed transactions, we have connected bank accounts, and this information which bank accounts are connected. So as you see, this bank account which I connected a few seconds ago, I have this information here. If I need to disconnect this account, I will press here disconnect. If I need to reconnect, I would press here reconnect. Also, we have here information about statement lines, journal lines, Bankfeed errors today, Bankfeed history, and Bankfeed setup, that you would not have to use search or write somewhere and try to find something. And the main function of Bankfeed is here. It's process statement batches. So this function is the main. And with this function, we receive statement batches. Statement batches are parsed. So statement lines are created and statement lines are filled to journals. So this function, when we run assisted setup of Bankfeed, this function is set automatically through job queue entries. So this means that automatically we will start getting statements each morning to our Business Central, and this function will be running in job queue entries. So now, because I connected bank account and I need to check what statements I will get to Business Central. And I will explain you later what is the recognition steps and how looks work in journal. So here I will just press OK. So journal lines are created here, and we will press OK. Okay, so as you see, I have some information now here in statement lines and journal lines. So let's go to journal lines now. And here we have transactions, which I got from this connected bank account. And this is information. What is important for us is recognition status. So we have transactions which are recognized and which needs attention. So here is some a mark for us, some sign for us, which transactions are okay and which we need to check. And here, what is more, it's very important, account recognition type here. So we have few account recognition types. We have vendor and customer by account name and recognized document. We have vendor and customer bank account recognition type, and we have text account mapping recognition type. So what Bankfeed does, when the statements are uploaded to Business Central, Bankfeed is looking to field message to recipient, and if we have here in message to recipient field some information about invoice numbers, Bankfeed is able to find customers and vendors because of these invoice numbers, and not only to find and recognize these customers and vendors, but also to make application. So if I would press, as we see, we have here account recognition type vendor and customer by account name and recognized document, because we have document numbers here. And if I would press here apply entries, I see that those payments are applied with invoice numbers, because we have this information here. What else? We have another account recognition types, vendor and customer bank account. So we would have this recognition type if in incoming statement, which we get from bank, we would have bank accounts information. And we would have the same bank accounts information in customers and vendors bank account cards. So this means that Bankfeed would find this customer and vendor because of bank account. So that's how you would see in journal that account recognition type is vendor and customer by bank account. One more account recognition type is text to account mapping. So text to account mapping we are using when we have some repeated text in journals. So for example, I have here fees, transfer, charges, some payment for Google, which is repeated every time, and we are paying for this vendor. So I'm using text to account mapping table, and here I'm just taking some mapping text and account type, to which account we are mapping this text. Yes, so if it's Google, it's vendor, charges, fees, transfer, maybe it's GL account, it can be customer, bank account, vendor, and employee. So if I will if I am adding here some mapping text and making this setup to some mapping to some account, so every time when the statement will be uploaded to journals, I will have this recognition of some account type, which is selected in text to account mapping table, and we would see here account recognition type, text to account mapping. So of course, sometimes for sure we will not have probably full recognition and application, because sometimes our clients, when they pay, we don't have any information in payment details. Maybe they are not writing invoice numbers, and maybe we don't have bank account numbers in statements, and maybe in this customer or vendor card. So we will have this recognition status of transactions like this needs attention. So this means that we need to select by ourselves that it is customer, research. Yes, and that's it. So all the lines are now done and clear, and I made this line manually. So now I'm able to post the lines. Okay, so lines are posted. Our daily work with the statement lines are done. And what we can do, let's assume that it is the end of month, and we need to reconcile our bank account. So bank account reconciliation, bank account reconciliations, and here we are creating new. And we select bank account, which we need to reconcile. I will select this Barclays. Statement date to let it be the end of this month. And I have function here, suggest lines, bank feed. So I need to select starting date, ending date here, and I will press here OK. So here I have statement lines, which we get with bank feed from all the month. And I have here bank account ledger entries, which I already posted in journals few minutes ago. So at the end of the month, we need to reconcile these lines to bank account ledger entries. So what we do here, I will just add here additional information. Okay, and we just will press match and match automatically. Okay, so here we see that all the lines were matched. So this means that all the lines which we get with the bank feed in all the month period are matched with bank account ledger entries, with the entries which we posted already. So all the lines are reconciled and we can post. Find post function and yes. Okay. So that's it. So I showed the daily work with the bank feed and how looks work in the end of the month when you use bank feed. So and I showed everything what I wanted. So now I'm waiting for questions if you have some.
Perfect. Thank you very much for that, Justina. A lot of time saved there doing that, which is fantastic. That's what we want to be doing with our days. We do have a couple of questions that have come in. I think the first question is, can we get a real-time transaction on that? So if I made a payment to you right now, are you going to be able to pull that straight into Business Central, into EliteParks?
Yeah, so it is possibility to get a real-time. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing. I could share my screen again. Okay, so
Yeah,
I will show you, yes, where to find it. So when you are trying to connect the bank account, it is possibility to select how many times you would like to get statements. Sorry, I will not use assisted setup now because we have some, as I mentioned, the most useful functions and tables here in the accountant role. So let's go to setup list and set up bank feed connection, and I will have the same process as I would be using assisted setup. So when we are making bank account connection, we have possibility to select how often we would like to get statements. I will just again select my bank. Yes, so here, this is connection parameters, and here we have possibility to select how often we would like to get these statements. So it is yesterday, last month, period, and today. So if I would select period, today, sorry, this means that I would get statements 4 times a day. So it is in the morning, 7 a.m. in the morning, 10 a.m., 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. So the real-time transactions we are not able, to get. They are not pulling out all the time, but we are getting 4 times a day at the certain time.
Perfect.
Yes.
I mean, that's still better than waiting for your monthly bank statement. So to have that being able to pull out 4 times a day is brilliant. A couple other questions there for you. And I think this is in relation to the initial setup. So when you're setting up the actual account for Bankfeed, when we're setting that up, the email and the passwords, can it be a generic email that exists? So an example would be the accounts payable at, or does it have to be a specific person's email? Is it open to go to shared inboxes?
Actually, this email for which you are using for creating Bankfeed account is just for this just for creation of Bankfeed account. So this means that to this account you would get some information which is related with your connected bank accounts. So for example, sometimes it is some issues and errors in bank side, and for example bank doesn't work for some reasons, just for few minutes, and you would get this information from bank to this email, which is here in this, which you will add to this setup. So this, yes, but it's, it has to be, usually accountants are using some accountancy email, some general email, or some person who is responsible and maybe have connections and credentials to bank account. Yes.
Perfect. So once the connection's established, are there any, would we need to go through that process of re-entering passwords ever again, or once it's in, we're set? Is there like an expiration date, say 30 days, then it goes, actually you need to re-establish this connection, or does it just run continuously?
No, when we make bank account connection, bank account connection takes like 180 days, is made for 180 days, and after 180 days you just need to reconnect this bank account again. But of course you will get these messages and to this email with which you will be creating this account, that 7 days before you are starting getting these emails that this time of bank account connection is will be in end in these 7 days, so you need to reconnect it. So what you need to do, because you already created Bankfeed account, you just would press you have connected bank accounts here, and you would go here reconnect, and that's it. And here you have this step at this place, and if you would like to get statements for today, you would press here next, and you would be redirected to bank straightly. And you don't need to go and fill any of your passwords and emails and nothing, just because in this company you already have this Bankfeed account.
Just literally just a reconnection. That's nice. That's good. Question, is this only available on SaaS, or is it available to on-premise customers?
Yes, it is, of course, available for on-premise customers. Just installation has more steps than I showed in the beginning of my demo, because you cannot go just to App Source and find here an extension marketplace and download. But we are preparing packages of app installation, and you would install for client probably, and that's it. It's also not so difficult.
That's fine. Yeah, everything's slightly more long-winded for on-premise customers. Unfortunately, there. It's just the way we're going, because we're all moving forward on to SaaS. And does, I don't know if we might need more context to this question. Does Bankfeed work with complex POS transactions? So this isn't for POS transactions, it's for the bank statements. It's the banking functionality.
Sorry, could you repeat? I'm not sure if I understood.
Sorry.
Well.
Does Bankfeed work with complex POS transactions? One of the questions, but it's not about POS reconciliation, it's bank statements, bank ledger lines, isn't it? Yeah.
Bankfeed, I'm not sure if I understood this one word, but Bankfeed is for transactions, yes, import and reconciliation, of course. And as I showed, and at the end of month, you can reconcile, yes, these statement lines. Yes, so I'm not sure if this is my answer.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine there. Yeah, point of sale. Yeah, the POS isn't part of this. It's the bank statement side of things. POS.
Yeah,
POS.
I just can comment on that a bit. We do have customers like bakery stores, and they use that side like POS transactions from the customers. Of course, you can't reconcile because you have no physical customer card for each payment, but it can be attributed to specific shop, specific object. So our customer who has bakeries, I think around UK as well, egg-free bake factories, so they collected and attribute that POS payments to each specific store that got that payment through POS. So just an example.
Perfect. All right, we are just about to run out of time. Any questions that haven't quite managed to pick up, we will take them offline for us, and we'll get back to you with answers for those bits. We're going to finish off there for just now. Thank you both for joining us, Povilas and Justina from Bankfeed, and we will see everybody again next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Have a great time and hope to see you.
See you soon. Thank you.
Bye.